Hi. Today we're going to be going over the use of the decode function within the new hire export from Taleo. So the first thing we're going to want to do is fire up TCC, and we'll go ahead and open the new hire export. So we go to File, Open, Export, and then the new hire export. Now we've got about a half a dozen fields that actually utilize the decode function within TCC. The first one on this list is the FSLA status. And you'll notice we've got the function parameters over here. So basically what this is saying is, hey, look at this particular field, which is the offers TT underscore FLSA underscore status code. And then it's going to give us, if we return a code of 1, we're going to get a B. And then if we return a code of 2, we're going to get an N. And we're going to see where that's located here in Taleo. So I'll bring that over here. And what we want to do is go to the configuration. And we can tell that this is an offer field because its primary, the first part of it here is offer. So if we go to recruiting administration, and then to the offer, and then we're going to go ahead and look at the user-defined fields, we'll notice that there's an FSLA status. So I'm going to click on here, and if I click on Edit, it brings up this dialog that gives me the available elements. So we've only got 2 elements. The first one is exempt. The second one is non-exempt. So exempt returns a code of 1, non-exempt returns a code of 2. So we are going to cross-reference this with the applicant data that was given to us by Rakesh. And if we scroll, okay, so right here at the top, we have our FSLA status. Now we've only got 2 in there. So there's an exempt, which returns B, and then we've got a non-exempt, which returns N. So if we look at our TCC, you'll notice that 1, which correlates to exempt, we would like to see a B, and so you'll notice 1 returns B. If we go back and look at non-exempt, it returns an N, and so that was code 2, and it's going to return an N. If we should want to add something to this, let's go back here and say we want to put a computer employee in. We simply go to our function parameters here. We're going to add. This is going to be a string. In this case, it will be looking for 3, because I'd imagine if we were going to add it, it's added in here with a code of 3. And then we're going to say we're looking for, if it returns a 3, we would like to see a value of C. So in order to do that, we've established, hey, if it comes back 3, we're going to go ahead and add another string. And we're going to put C in there. So this is a good example of how we'd actually add to the function parameters for the decode statement. We're going to go ahead and remove those simply by clicking there, and the minus sign here will remove it. And this takes us back to what we had. So the next one that we've got is regular versus temp. And so I'm returning for a professional requisition. We're going to turn R. Now you'll notice there's no secondary one in here, but that's going to assign everything else to a T. So we're going to take a look in here, which is our only 2 values. And the way to ascertain this, the best way that I've found, is to actually hit the recruiting portion of it and see what kind of requisitions you can actually create. So I'm going to cancel here. We're going to go back to recruiting. And then we're going to go to requisitions and create requisition. We're not going to save it or anything, but this is the requisition type. So we have a general, a professional, which, as you've seen, we actually map in here to R. And then the only other type that we can create is a pipeline general. So that is where we are specifying a T. And basically, if we look at our sheet here, those were our only two values. So if it's professional, it's going to come back regular. If it's anything else, it's going to come back temp. The next thing we've got is full-time versus part-time. So we've got F, P, and D. And here's where we're actually going to utilize the data dictionary. So that full-time, so we're going to head back here. Full-time versus part-time is actually listed as the job schedule. I'm going to head over to my data dictionary for recruiting. I'll bring that over here so we can see it. And since that's job schedule, we're going to scroll down until we find the entity, job schedule. And within the job schedule, you'll notice that there are lookup values. So we've got full-time, part-time, work sharing, per diem, and contingent. We'll go ahead and take a look at what we've done with our decode. If it comes back a number 1, which if we look here again, that is full-time. We cross-reference that over to here. Full-time, you're going to want to see an F. So in our decode, 1 equals F. The second one that we've got in the system, so we're going to go ahead and is part-time. Once again, we'll look over here, and our part-time is listed as 2. And henceforth, we've got, if it comes in 2, it's going to give an N. And we validate that over full-time, part-time. That should actually be P. So we're going to go ahead and change that here to P. For everything else, it's going to be returning a D, which if we look here is basically an in-demand. So basically they're going to have full-time, part-time, anything else is going to return D. And that's how we have it. So if it gives us a 1, it's going to give us an F. If we get a 2, it's going to get a P. If anything else comes through, it's going to get a D. And that should take care of the part-time, full-time. The next one that we have in here is the per org. Now here's where it gets a little bit tricky. We're going to go in here, we're going to cancel because we don't need to create the requisition. We're going to head back into our configuration. If we look here, we'll notice that that is an offers in a per underscore code. So we're going to look at here. That is not listed on this sheet, so it must have been given to me in an email. But we're going to want to see what our possible values are by going to our recruiting administration, into the offer, and into the user defined fields. Now, although it doesn't say it, this is actually the org relationship. So if I click on the org relationship, it will show the code as per org. So basically, you can have a name for it that is actually seen in the front end that makes more sense to people, but you also have a code that is actually seen on the back end. Once again, we're going to hit the edit here, and we've got a contingent worker or an employee. We're going to take a look at what we've got in there. So if it comes back 1, we get a CWR, which is, I believe, contingent worker. And then if we see the 2, it's an employee, and so you'll see that 2 will return an EMP. The next one that we have in the list is for action. And you'll notice we have several more in here. The action, if we look, it's listed under TT. Once again in the offer, it's TT underscore action and then code. We're going to head back to our offers fields, and then we're going to look at this is the user defined because we've got the show standard here, so we know we're in user defined. And that is going to be action. We click on that, you'll notice the action is, the name code is tt_action. We're going to click on edit and see what we have available. So our available elements are transfer, new hire, rehire, and promotion. Going code 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to cross-reference with what we have here. So you'll notice that we have a bunch more actions that can be, but in Taleo we are actually only using 4. The first one we are using is transfer, so code 1 is going to equal, find transfer in here, and it's down here, so it's XFR. We look at our code, we've got 1, and we're going to return XFR. 2, as we said, is going to be a new hire, and in our list here, that's actually called just a straight hire. So that's HIR. So 2 results in an HIR being returned. 3, which is going to be our rehire, is going to go to REH, and you'll notice that in our coding here, 3 returns REH, and then 4, which is promotion, we would like to see PRO, and you'll notice that for 4 we do have PRO being returned. We've accounted for everything, so we don't need a last value that would cover anything else because there are only 4 in the system. So that takes care of that one. The next one we've got is the comp frequency, or how often they get paid, and that is right here. And you'll notice that once again that's an offer, but this is a standard field, pay frequency basis. So once again we're going to jump over to our data dictionary, and that what did I say? Pay, P-A-Y, frequency basis. And we go to the lookup values, and we see that 1 is yearly, 2 weekly, 3 hourly, 4 biweekly, so on and so forth. That information has been provided for us in here. So we've got annual, daily, monthly, quarterly, semi-monthly, and weekly. And once again, if we look at the pay frequency basis, we see that if a 1 is returned, 1 is yearly, or in this case, that would be annually, so it's A. And you'll notice that 1 resolves to A. Take a look at 2. 2 is a weekly. In our information here, that's going to return a W. And as we can see, it does return a W. So this is, and we can go through all of these, but they're all the same. So 3 would return H, which I imagine is hourly, and look here, 3 is hourly. So that's basically how we define the function parameters of a decode. The function, of course, is listed up here, so there's the decode function, and then our function parameters. So that, in a nutshell, is actually how this is taken care of, and you would go ahead and review, see what's already there, and you can add to, take away from, and what have you by utilizing the function parameters over here. Thanks for your time, and I hope this shed some light on the situation.